And then how do we change the system? Because what's currently happening is not working.
That's right. As well, it's not working for us, right? What we have to get clear about is it's working for some people. That's why it exists. We often call systems broken that are not broken, that they are functioning exactly as they were designed. We talk about mass incarceration and criminal injustice. We talk about education, when we talk about housing, when we talk about healthcare. These things are working exactly as they were designed. For the people that have privilege and to have wealth, they can access everything that they need. For the people that don't, they can't, and they become subservient to the people that can. Their subjugation serves the folks with privilege, right? So it is working for some folks, it's not working for the rest of us. So the first thing that we have to do is be very clear about exactly what the flaw is. We keep letting people off the hook by having conversations that aren't systemic. You know, when I started doing a lot of work in policing, I ended up on President Obama's policing task force, and we traveled all over the country, and people just wanted to say, well, community policing is a solution. You need to get back on the beat, you need to know your neighbors, you need to know the people in the community, get out there, play basketball, serve some ice cream. Listen, I don't want your rocky road, I want you not to kill me, right? You shouldn't have to know my child to see them as a human being.
Yeah.
There are systemic issues at play of not just internal and individual bias, but systemic bias, right? There is a system that depends on the subjugation of certain people in certain neighborhoods, and therefore there are entire systems and strategies of policing that were built on that system. But we keep letting people get off the hook talking about ice cream and bad apples. No, I'm not talking about a bad apple. I'm talking about a barrel that was made from rotten wood, right? So the first step is that we have a fundamentally honest conversation about the flaws in this system and never let the system off the hook. Because too many people think that it's just about having a nice conversation with your neighbor, and that's a start, but that's not all there is. I think the second thing that we have to do, though, is actually play the long game when it comes to policy. I was talking with Lisa in the car on the way over here about how many people are disengaged with the action of voting, right? It feels like we've told people, well, your vote will set you free, and then suddenly they're still in shackles and we're wondering why they don't believe in the system of voting anymore. Well, because it didn't set them free like we said it would. What we should actually have been telling people was your vote is a single tool in a larger toolbox, and then equipping people to use that entire toolbox. So yes, vote for the person that you want, and then recognize that you still have to hold that person accountable. So after you voted for them and they get in office, show up to that city council meeting, show up to that fire and police meeting, show up to that alderperson's meeting, take on the issues that you want, gather your neighbors to do the same thing, protest, knock on people's doors, get the signatures that you need to hold them accountable to the things that they promised you they would do when they asked for your vote. And then once that's done, move on to the next piece. There is a long-term game that we have to play, because a lot of folks will just wait us out. A lot of folks will say, well, I'll be in Congress for so long, and by the time I'm chair of X committee, you will have run out of steam. I was with one of the co-founders of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee a few years ago, and what he told me has always stuck with me. He said, the will of the enemy is not to kill you. The will of the enemy is to kill your will to resist. That actually the idea is I'm supposed to tire you out so much that I can just wait you out and then continue to do the thing that I was going to do in your name. And so we have to be willing to be strategic, disciplined over the long haul, and know that each piece to the puzzle can add up to something if we actually stick with it.